Are we rolling?
I believe we're rolling. Hold on, slurp of coffee. I'm dying on my coffee. Welcome to another episode of the Dumpster Divers PC Reclamation. What we're doing here is we decided, since we don't know how much life is in the battery of the camera, we're going to do the uninstallation of the power supply unit. And my camera person is there, so if the lens isn't pointed at me, well, don't blame me. So we're going to just show the uninstallation of the PSU, the power supply unit, and we'll make a separate video on installation because we don't know how much life is in the battery for the camera. So pretend this is your computer case. All right, and I'll just lift this up. And basically, to uninstall, and you're going to need to know all this stuff when you install. As you can see, I've got a system board, a graphics card installed in here. But the power supply unit that I have in it currently is not good enough because of the EATX plugs. And you can get away with it a bit, but it won't be enough for everything. And before I do any damage to the board, I'm going to remove this power supply unit and replace it with something more appropriate for this EATX system board. So these are your ATX connectors, and basically you just push down and pull to remove the connector. See, like that. And push the tab down at the top and just pull, and it's the, and you just pull it out the back, or wherever it goes, follow it through, and as you can see, the way I've got it done, carefully hidden away, tucked away. That's one. Okay. Now there's also your power to your board, and there's also your SATA connectors or your Molex connectors. Sometimes people use Molex, sometimes people don't, but I did for one small thing. So I'm going to show you here your Molex connector before I go to the power to the board itself. Okay, taking it through. See how that works? Maybe some of you are wondering, how is it that I look at these really nice builds and there's not a whole mass of wires showing all over the computer, and it's like they got the wires just all hidden. How do they do that? Well, what they do is they run the wires to the back first. Through those grommets that you see, they run the wires to the back first, and then only take out the parts they need to go to the connectors. So I hope that's a tip for some of you. That's how they do it. Okay, so let's look at where the main power is on the system board. Let's see, where is it? Where did it go? Is it hiding? Where did the main power plug in? Right here. I've got it so hidden with black electrician tape here that you can't even barely see it, and you can hardly get to the clip because I overdid it on the electrician tape. But I have to pull that off. That's going to be fun. It's the same.
Do you need my help?
No, I'm okay.
I have small fingers. I can do it.
It's the same tab thing. Do you remember how hard these things can be?
Yeah, but I have small fingers. I could do it.
It's just a tab.
Don't do what Dad did.
See?
Don't electrify don't use electric tape that much on it.
Well,
He
I like
overdid
hiding
it.
the spaghetti and mustard wires, but or not spaghetti, mustard. I call it spaghetti because it looks like spaghetti, but it's ketchup and mustard. But I also cheated a little bit because I lifted the board and pushed it through. I'm bad. Okay, I'm going to lift this up so that I can get behind it, get behind the grommet. We don't want to do any damage to the board. This is tricky. I don't recommend doing this.
I believe in you. You can do this.
I don't recommend anybody does this.
You can do this. You don't want to hurt the motherboard, so don't do that. People who are watching.
I probably should have ran it through here, but this is a standard EATX board, and I thought I could get away with it, right? Because there's a grommet there, right? It's got to be for something, right? Anyway, so I thought I'd try that. Okay, so now the main power right here, that's disconnected, and another power cable will be, hold on, I don't know if the camera can get it, it's in here. I should have brought a flashlight so I could shine right on it, you know. That is your CPU power connector, and that has to be disconnected as well. So basically you just press down right on this back part and it brings it up, see, and then you can pull it out and it clamps back down like a little locking mechanism. All right, and the other part, of course, your SATA will be connected to SATA devices, so they have to be disconnected from all your SATA devices. Now, this is a very simple power supply. It doesn't have a lot, and that's part of the problem. Is this is an EATX form factor board. Now, ATX and EATX and MATX, anything ATX is pretty much a form factor, but it also describes power requirements. An ATX board has different power requirements than an EATX board, and this power supply here was made for ATX boards. Okay, that's why I can partially run this EATX, but not everything that I need for like my PCIe and for high-powered graphics cards. I'm definitely going to need a better power supply. Now, it doesn't mean that it'll run any ATX, this particular one, because if you're using a high-powered graphics card, you're going to need a better PSU anyway. But that issue is not because it's ATX power supply, but because it's only 430 watts. So it doesn't provide the necessary requirements for high-powered graphics cards. This thing here alone could probably gobble 400 watts quite easily. So just by itself. So we have to switch that out before I can test the card, which was why I tested it originally on my X99, because it was all hooked up and ready with a 1000 watt power supply. So now we just disconnect all our devices, like that use, like the SATA connector. That's right, honey. And I made it pretty easy and loose because nothing here is permanent. It was all being used, temporary. I wanted to test the RAID. I know the RAID works on the board. I tested a lot of things on the board with this little power supply. It wasn't, ideal, but it was enough for me to test things. And, woo! And now, there we go. And essentially what I'm showing you all here on camera is the uninstallation of a power supply. And then, as someone pointed out to me, not everybody knows how to put in a power supply. So stay tuned, because I will show, again, as I have on other videos, how to put in a power supply. But it's pretty straightforward, really. These days they've made everything so easy. Everything snaps together, clicks together, no soldering, no muss, no fuss. We're pushing out the from the back through the grommet. That's what those rubber things are called, grommets. The main power connector for the main board. So that's done. Now the power line for the SATA power. Pushing that out. And I'm going to show you something. This is a Molex extension cable, and it splits to two SATA plugs. And I like running my smaller drives that use RAID of the same power connector. Split them off, and it can save you a lot of time and trouble and fuss, and maybe save you a plug down the road for other uses. So these do come in handy, Molex to SATA, and will provide enough voltage for your splitter like that. Will provide voltage, enough voltage for smaller drives, but I would not split it too much, because you can drop, I believe, in amperage when you do that, and when the demand for more juice is there, well, it won't be there, and you could damage your stuff. So don't split it up too much. Okay. All right, now I'm going to put this back. And now this board is ready to have the power supply removed. And I could have removed these more, but no matter, I'm going to be testing them again. So I'll leave them there. And now the removal. So pretend this is the back of your computer, because basically that is much like the back of your computer. And all you do is remove the screws that hold the power supply in.
He's using my screwdriver.
And I'm using the copper top screwdriver, even though we did find my screwdriver. Okay.
Because Dad lost his.
And then we found it.
And then we found it. And then I said he could use
I
mine
can already
anyway.
tell by the paint on the end of this screwdriver. You've used it a couple times already.
Yep. It's useful.
Well, there's one here.
And hey, didn't
I'm going by
use it
feel.
when I was putting the white power supply in?
I don't know. I think maybe you did. I don't recall. There. I'm doing that by feel. Can't see over there. All right. Come on.
And remember, when you're uninstalling something, you have to keep all the screws in a nice little neat place.
A nice little round little tray that we don't have. I should get one of those magnetic bowls. Mm-hmm. Those are in handy.
So you don't lose them, because
Keep
every single screw
there you go.
is needed.
Disconnected. How hard can that be? And this is a good little power supply. It'll still come to lots of use elsewhere in other computers. Nothing wrong with it. I think it's a bronze certified. Not sure. It's not a major one, right? But it serves a purpose. It serves the purpose. So we're good. We are good. And we're ready for the pink power supply. And we'll do we're going to put that pink 1000 watt on here. Just as a tester, of course. Eventually it'll go on one of the pink computers.
It'll be awesome to see the pink clash with the black. Well, not clash. It won't match.
We have so many computers to work on and do. We got enough for probably 2 years worth of videos. Because we got lots of work to do. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Again, I'm Ed King, and this is Dumpster Divers PC
Reclamation.
Reclamation.
Making it count. Have a great day.